All right. Let me tell you something shocking that either will shock you or you'll be like, yeah, I'm aware of this. Okay. And I'll tell you what it is. My daughter, uh, Helen, she is 6 years old. She's going to be 7 years old in another few more months. Okay. And until now, she was in the kindergarten. Kindergarten, all small baby girls and baby boys, and they have the swing, their slides, their garden, and everything else. Okay. Now, when she was in that nursery, one of the most, let's say, most violent things that happened was they would make fun of her and call her ugly. And when my wife took my baby girl to Ubon, that is a village, and she was in a school that was slightly larger for temporary 6 months, um, the shock came when she had to take her own pocket money to buy a juice or snacks, and she used to get a 20 baht or 10 baht, very small cheap stuff just for a snack, until one day someone pushed her, took the money. Then that was shocking. Then it seems someone hit her from behind and she fell down and she was crying. Then people ganging up together because she was the new girl, making fun of her. And obviously, because she's half Indian, half Thai, she doesn't look like Thai. They're calling her ugly face. And so those were the normal things that my child had to face, which is disturbing for a parent. I mean, it's not something that you'll take lightly if you came to know that 6, 7 children pushed your child and stomped on her and stole her money. Thankfully, because the teachers were very vigilant, it never happened again. So then she came back here to Samui, where she studies here. And because it's a very small thing, they were able to focus more on her. But the most bad or terrible thing that happened was them calling her ugly, which I made a video and we communicated with her. But now she's going to go to, within a few more months, she's going to go to a primary school, which is, I think, 5 times or 6 times larger than where she is going. There will be big girls, big boys, and some of them even drive their scooter, even though it's not allowed. They'll drive a scooter because internally, within, it's like a small village kind of setup. They'll not go on the main road. There are some who do go on the main road. There'll be one child with 4, 5 students, boys, girls, which is very dangerous. Sometimes the cops stop, sometimes they don't. I don't know how it is. So, you're moving towards very risky waters. But now, more than this, is the part which is disturbing me as a father. And that is, it seems that there were incidents whereby, my wife is Thai, she is part of Thai groups, so they discuss with one another. It seems that one of the parent in that Facebook group is going to meet, the father and mother is going to meet the teacher because one boy apparently said, I'm going to stab you with a knife and stab you. And he seems that he got this inspiration from social media. You don't like someone, you stab them or something like that. So even though he gave a threat and it has not been carried out, obviously it's disturbing. Imagine you're a parent and someone says, I'll stab your baby. Okay. Then there was this other incident that my wife shared it to me, where a boy and girl were caught eloping out of the school. And obviously eloping means doing all sexual activity. And sexual activity, they were smooching and kissing until they got caught by one of the senior people who were walking in that school area. And they dragged both of them to the school and the parents were called. Then there is also, which came to light later on when the girl broke down and cried in front of her parents, that if you don't have a boyfriend, people, boys and girls, come together and they make fun of you. There is peer pressure. You don't have a boyfriend. Oh, you're ugly. How come you don't have a boyfriend? So everyone has to have a boyfriend, girlfriend. You know, if they don't communicate to their parents, they go through this kind of torture. Then obviously the ugly and this and that, and then the pushing and bullying and hitting and fighting and gangsters. There was even one group that was caught, and it became a serious issue where it seems that boy was stealing cigarettes. They make it from the father, and they were secretly smoking, and some of them were laced with drugs, and that became a big issue. And then you even had a group of boys, not here, somewhere in Thailand, where they would form gangs to steal from other people who park their scooters, all that, or they see a foreigner walking, old one, they would gang up on him, grab his stuff, and run away. The police caught them. Okay. So I'm giving you some of the challenges that children face when they go to a different level. Okay. Um, and it's very, very, extremely important that you have to, as a parent, communicate with the child. That is why my wife makes sure that whenever my daughter comes from school, she's very enthusiastic to listen to what my daughter has to say. So if she tells her, today we did this in school, wow, tell me more. And sometimes she comes through my door, and even though I'm busy, my wife reminds me, come on, listen. So we want the child to open up more. And if I'm busy, my wife spends time. So she has, until now, we have had the communication where she opens up everything. However, there are times where, a child may not tell you everything. There have been cases where a boy and girl, the boy is asking her, to show me this, show me that, secretly, privately, and recording it on a handheld device. They don't know what they're doing secret TikTok, Instagram, videos. We have even had cases where sometimes some teachers abused their authority, so they kept a secret camera and they caught them. So there is unlimited number of challenges. But here I will share with you a BBC News article whereby it just glorifies, in a negative sense, it just highlights why it is very important to have a open communication with your child. Okay, very serious, huh? This one is serious. You can Google search this one. This is 3 days ago. It came on BBC World. This girl, her name, I'll just give you 1 second. Her name is Semina Halliwell. Okay, her name is Semina Halliwell. What is so shocking about this is she committed suicide on 12th June 2021. Okay, I know that's quite a long time ago, but this article has come 3-4 days ago. So she committed suicide. Now, you might say, hey, it's so old. No, please, just take a few seconds to listen. Okay, just listen. She took an overdose. Now, why did she take an overdose? Okay, I'll come to that. She was placed in an induced coma. They tried her best to help her survive. Unfortunately, they could not. And a couple of days earlier, she posted on her Instagram or Snapchat or whatever, I may laugh and smile every day, but I'm in so much pain. Just imagine this 12-year-old girl writing something like that. So it's very necessary for you as a parent to not only check your child's social media, to communicate with them. It's very easy for me to point fingers at the mother, blame the mother, talk crap about the mother. I don't know. But I just believe if you had a very strong line of communication, you would have picked this up. Okay. So now what happened? Her mother, Rachel Halliwell, described her as a bright, bubbly girl. Okay. But she became withdrawn with depression. She was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, which I'm not very familiar with, but she used to self-harm herself wearing tights and gloves to hide the scars. This is a massive red flag, which I don't know how the mother couldn't even think about it, look at it, know it. I mean, if my daughter even has a mark and I find out that she is doing, I stop school, I stop everything. 100% she is at home until we can make her smile and laugh and open up and tell us what has gone wrong. And here you have someone who's constantly cutting, clearly shows the mother is not fit to be a mother. Okay, I'm being honest with you, because if your child is indulging in self-harm, it's a very serious thing. Okay. Her WhatsApp messages before her death suggested deep emotional distress. You don't give a smart device with apps to a child, not check it. You have to check it every day, every single day. In fact, you don't give a social media device if you are not going to supervise. Now, this is the disturbing part. On March 2021, Semina revealed that she had been sexually assaulted, but if you check the videos, it seems raped by an older boy in the woods who pressurized her into sex. He had messaged her on Snapchat before. The family reported it to the Merseyside police, but officers told them it's a complicated case and left Semina to decide whether to pursue legal action. You know, here's the problem. The thing in the West, no, they're very particular about being on the safe side of the law, don't want a court case, don't want to be in the bad books of anyone. Sometimes you don't leave it to the police. I'm not saying take the law in your hands, but your primary goal should be to protect your child. And if that involves not sending your child to school, so be it. If she had not sent, even before I complete the whole thing, if she had not sent her to school, she stopped. If she stops her WhatsApp, her social media completely, or she supervises it, if she stops all this, spends time with her, takes her out, be 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, it's better to have a child alive than dead, right? Don't you think the child would open up with love, with care? This is where the mother's fault. It's becoming more evident. Mother was only interested in doing her stuff, and she thought, my daughter is 12, she's grown up. I'm sorry, but I blame the mother also. And I don't see anywhere the father, so maybe she's a single parent, which is even worse. Okay. The family made 13 complaints to the police. As if the police bloody cares. Yeah. One complaint, if they don't take action, then having 13 is what? Okay. After reporting the assault, Semina faced severe bullying both online and in person. Again, shame on the parents. You should have been there. A naked photo of her was circulating online. They should have really, really gone to the media and made a big noise about this. This is not a joke. This is becoming very serious. You can imagine how lack of control and lack of controls, that you can even have a naked picture. I mean, the parent is to blame, man. Come on. This is going out of hand. When a child does all this, means upbringing is bad. Video surfaced on her line of being physically attacked by a group of girls. They didn't do anything. Online abuse included calling her the biggest slack of the year of year 7. Stop sending her to that school. Snapchat has been criticized for failing to moderate harmful content. What are you going to blame the social media? It's your child. You take charge. Take charge. If it is my kid and even iota, like even a small cut, stop that school, stay at home, and until my kid is completely recuperated and feels ready, and then we will decide, if not this school, some other school. Schooling is going to do what? At the price of the health, safety, emotional well-being of my child, or a life? This is parents. This is the adults. That is why not everyone should have a child, Coroner Joanna Thompson found Semina was exceptionally vulnerable. Her death was due to overdose in a state of distress. Yeah, you all failed her. All. It's most important, the parents. The inquest found no evidence that the authorities could have prevented her death. Yeah, don't do all that bullshit here. If you are surrounded by love, attention, care, and you're protected from these apps, the smartphone, and these children, don't send to that school if such individuals are there. Why that school? Do homeschooling. Semina's best friend Lincoln O'Neill described her funny, full of life. Lincoln noticed drastic changes after she started secondary school. You see, there's no communication between her friends, her, and the parent. Okay. And when the communication comes because of her article, only then it's, oh, what's the point? He left school after her death, unable to cope with the reminders of her absence, ongoing harassment. Rachel Halliwell, the mother, has reported 100 incidents of threats and abuse. Yeah, you're a piece of shit. Yeah. You're reporting and telling nobody cares. You should take charge. Where's your leadership skills? Why you a parent? What? Well, the police has to take care. Snapchat has to take care. Teachers have to take care. School has to take care. What are you doing? Trolls posted cruel messages online within an hour of seeing Semina's death passing. Why do you want social media? Why? Is it mandatory? No, you don't need social media. And if you have social media, you handle it, no? By yourself. So the child doesn't have to see all this. Someone offered $10,000 reward to trash Semina's grave. Shouldn't they be arrested? A grave was found covered in dog feces. It shows the place where you live, the people that you live, the environment. Semina's new black headstone bears her portrait. Her family continues to fight for justice. Yeah, you think you're going to get her back to life? And highlights failures of safeguarding vulnerable children. Yeah, one is you're never going to get your child back to life. Second one is you can continue fighting for justice when you couldn't even do the bare minimum. What fight for justice? You'll just give a couple of interviews, couple of videos, and you're a failed parent here. Failed parent. I wish I could be more explicit, but you know, this woman, no, the mother, she should be jailed. That's what I will tell you. Anyway, the reason why I wanted to share this is not just to create fear, which is a good thing. We have to be afraid. But it's to highlight why communication is very important. See, if you have a child, no? If you have a child, just giving birth to them is not enough. Paying money, sending them to school, it's not enough. We are living in a very complex day and age. You have to spend time talking to the child. And if the worst case scenario, if you have just one parent, oh goodness, it's even more. That's why my wife spends every single day, before school, during school, after school, constantly asking her, tell me what happened. Wow. And making her open up. I'm not very good at all that. But she makes sure that my kid opens up and rewards her for opening up. Whether it's a bad thing, whether it's a good thing. See, and if the child tells you a bad thing, I did this mistake, I stole this. If you start hammering and hitting, shouting at the child will be like, I told the truth, I opened my heart out, but I was made to pay a price. Better to keep a secret, right? Don't do that. Don't punish them for telling the truth. Yes, I know it doesn't mean that, oh, I committed this crime, I told the truth, get a free pass. No. Once you come to know what the problem is, work on it. Anyway, good, bad, ugly. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This is me signing off. You guys take care.